Lincoln's life as a lawyer is probably one of the least acknowledged aspects of Lincoln's life, but it was extremely formative for him at both professionally and politically. It was as a lawyer that Lincoln really learned his skill as an orator, presenting things in cases, and it also grounded Lincoln in the law and created a profound respect for the law in Abraham Lincoln, which I think was key then to his presidency.
We're sitting in the Mount Placid Courthouse, state historic site, which was built in 1847 and served as the county seat for 7 years before it was moved back to Postville. Abraham Lincoln served as a circuit rider here for 7 years while it was a courthouse and represent some of the local citizens in some of those trials. A lot of people who still live here, who grew up here, their ancestors helped build this or participated in some way. So it's always been part of everybody's life. The courthouse is where, you drive around as kids, you drive around the square, and this is where you hang out, is up on the courthouse lawn, and this is kind of the social spot during the summertime. We want to make sure that we preserve it from the standpoint of our identity and who we are. And there was always controversy about why isn't the state doing more in the Senate. Well, there's a group of us who got fed up with just complaining about it and said, let's do something about it. So in 2011, we established a foundation to raise the monies ourselves and just start working at it kind of piece by piece, replace window seals, replace windows, replace doors, things that are going rotten and need to be fixed. Once we started working on it, the community just jumped on board and have been really supportive. The schools have done tremendous. We had a third grade class who raised almost $30,000, pennies and dollars at a time. They go, raise $1 for our courthouse, save our courthouse. They got money from all over the world. So there's just a multitude of groups who have all kind of stepped forward to give of their time and efforts to try and make it a better place. A lot of rural towns are really struggling, and we struggle, there's no doubt about it, but because of all the positive aspects of bringing people together and seeing success with the courthouse, we've got a whole new young generation who are buying buildings up in the square and want to open businesses and do things. And I think for a while we had thought that that wasn't possible, that we were just going to kind of fade away. I think we've had a resurgence, and I think part of that is because our foundation and what we've done with this courthouse has created a sense of community, that maybe everybody was going their own different ways for a long time, but because we kind of brought everybody back together, I think that was the beginning of saying, let's everybody work to make our community a better place to live.